Okay, so first you create the timer title, and then next we create two divisions. I start with the first division, which was the one for the numbers, and then you create the second division, and this one is the one that's all the buttons, the start and stop button. You go on to create those two, and then call it whatever you want to call it. But I called mine start and pause. So you create two IDs, one for the start. I think you could do it both ways, but I decided to use two individual IDs for the different buttons. So one for the first button start and one for pause. And then you put the on-click function and then the type submit. And then you give the IDs to the rest, one for the timer and one for the entire div that has the buttons. Then over on the CSS file, you create the body design. I went through the background, the gradient background for mine. And mine used the gray, white, gray pattern, which you can see on the bottom right corner of your screen, the gray, white, gray. Then the font 100 pixels, font family, times New Woman. I think I use that because of I use that on my essays a lot, so can't be reminds what I use. But that aside, it always comes up with that error, so that's what I did to get rid of the notification error stuff. Then next we create the timer, another for the one for the timer, the ID for the timer. Position absolute top 50%. 50% didn't work at first, so I decided to use 40. I mean, this is like my first recording, so the angles on the screen by the side is not actually accurate, but it was really centered on my screen. So 40 worked for me and 40 on the other one, and then on this one, the position was absolutely the same as the top one. And then 50 didn't work also, so I tried to use 45 and 40. No, 45 also didn't work. I changed it to 46. So now for the start, I don't know, for some reason I couldn't type the start, but for the start, you go to the border radius, and then so it's 50 pixels, and then next you create the width of the button, which was 100 pixels, and the height, which was 50 pixels, which is 50 pixels. And then next we create the same thing, copy paste for the stop button, and then that's it for the CSS with a few changes. And then we're over to the JavaScript. For the JavaScript, first we create the variables we need. We need one for second, we need one for minutes, and we need one for the hour. Then we create another Boolean variable for pause. It was true or false. I defaulted mine to false. And then we create a connection to the timer on the HTML file. Named it timer element. So now we create the flex function for the start. So once the start button is clicked, the set interval function is called, and what it does is it calls a timer function, and that's what we declare. First, if it's false, the timer is gonna be running at a certain interval. So that's why we use the set interval function. Then we set that to the HTML file. So as it changes, it resets the body of the timer on the HTML file, which you see on your screen. Then set that, and then we go to the next step, which is put in the interval. I put 1000, which is like 1 second, but like 1000 milliseconds. So that's 1 second. Then the function, if you click the stop button, if it's false, it's going to change to the opposite. If it's true, it's going to change to false, and if it's false, it's going to change to true. And then for the timer, just the basics, it's going to be incremented as by 1 the second. And then if the second is equal to 60, second becomes 0, goes back to 0, and the minutes becomes plus incremented by 1. Same for the minutes. If it's equal to 60, the minutes become 0, and the hour is incremented by 1. And now there we go. That looks all correct. And then start. So the pause button, I didn't remember to do it at first, but if you wait like a few minutes, like 15 minutes, you start 50 seconds, you should click it and it works. There we go. Okay, so that is it for this video. If you have a web dev problem that you would like simplified, just hit that subscribe button and leave your question in the comments below. Thank you.